Hello everyone, welcome back to you all to the Data Crack, where we break down the data and crack interview together. This is the day 6 of our Power BI interview series, where we are covering total 70 most known interview questions from Power BI. We are targeting 10 questions each day. Alright, so the topic for today's question is all about the it totally include all the advanced topic in Power BI like gateway, what is row label security, what is performance, etc. Alright, so finally we have reached to our day 6, and after that we will have the last day, that is the day 6, that is totally based on scenario based question. Alright, so let's start with the first questions without any delay. So the first question for today is that what is Power BI Gateway and why it is useful. Even in the previous class I have explained about Power BI Gateway. Power BI Gateway, it is nothing. While speaking about the Power BI Gateway, then Power BI Gateway is nothing but it is a tool. Okay, it is a tool. It is a Microsoft tool that you install on your local computer. Alright, on your local computer or server. Okay, that you normally install on your local computer and server, that work like a breeze, that work like a secure breeze between your premises data and Power BI service. Alright, normally enable you to automatically refresh report or run live query or run query without manually uploading the data. Alright, without manually uploading means Power BI Gateway is nothing but it is a tool that you need to install on your local computer or server. It normally work like a secure breeze. Alright, it normally work like a secure breeze. Between your on-premises data and Power BI service. Okay, that is normally enable or help you to automatically refresh your data or run query without manually uploading them. Alright, now moving to the next question here we have is that what is row label security in Power BI. Alright, now in order to understand the row label security in Power BI, first of all let's understand one example. Alright, for example, just imagine that you are a area sales manager. Okay, you are provided with the login in your system. Alright, once you put the login username and password, in such a situation you are provided with the access, alright, to see all the data, all the sales data of your region means you have the access, as a area manager you have an access to see the sales or profit of your region, but you can't see the sales or profit of other region. Alright, this is maintained through row label security. So now let's understand the meaning. What is row label security? Normally row label security restrict the data access based on the user login. Alright, as I have said, based on the user login by defining role and filter. Alright, the sales manager can only see their region sales. Alright, second number question here we have is what are the type of a Power BI gateway. We normally have two type of a Power BI gateway, that is personal gateway and the standardized or enterprise level gateway. Personal gateway, it is normally for one user. Here we don't normally share, okay, and we use it in the import mode. Alright, Import mode. Previously, in the previous class also, I have said that import mode, we normally make the copy of our data from source. Okay, this cache data mostly enables fast query performance. All right, and in enterprise label gateway, it is normally for multiple label user, and it support in both import as well as direct query use. It is normally used for organizational purpose. All right, now moving to the next question, that is fourth question. How do you implement row label security in Power BI? In order to implement row label security in Power BI, you can normally use a dash function called normally reason is equal to username. You can add the username and assign this role in the Power BI, and you can normally use, first of all, you need to use the dash functions like username. All right, whether it's a region, country, whatever. Okay, after that you need to assign this role in Power BI service. All right, now what is the difference between statistic and dynamic row label security? In statistic, it is normally predefined filter. All right, manual user role mapping. In dynamic, based on as right now we were explaining about this username and all, so based on login user using username, use principal name, this is known as dynamic row label security, and this is statistic. It is normally predefined. All right, what is incremental refresh in Power BI? Before understanding about incremental refresh in Power BI, first of all, let's understand one example. Okay, for example, just imagine I do have 1 lakh rows and column. All right, 1 lakh data rows. In such a situation, if my new data is added, okay, or new column is added, this normally this incremental refresh do what? It will only update the new rows or new column added to my data. All right, instead of updating all the data from the starting to end. All right, it normally improve the performance in case of a large data set. All right, normally it is used with date and time column and premium workspace. All right, moving to the next question, what is the best practice for improving Power BI report performance? We can use star sigma, as we know that star sigma is normalized, which normally leads to fast query performance. You can use more and more DAX function over here. All right, similarly you can avoid too many visuals. All right, similarly we need to reduce the column cardinality. You can normally use import mode instead of direct query. All right, similarly you can minimize calculated column and complex dash function. Try to use less complex dash function and all. Now, what is composed mode in Power BI? Well, speaking about the compose, it normally compose model normally combine import as well as direct query data structure in one report. All right, for example, sales table in import mode and real time inventory, means at the same time if you are using both import as well as direct query mode, it is normally known as composed model. All right, now let's move to the next question. What is semantic model in Power BI? Well, speaking about the semantic model, it is normally secure and reusable data model that normally include table, measures, metadata that is normally used across the multiple report. All right, now moving to the next question, how do you monitor data refresh history in the Power BI? For that, you can normally go to the setting. After the setting, you can go for the data set and you can just schedule refresh and you can just view the history. It normally show the success and failure log, durations and error. All right, what are aggregation in Power BI? Aggregation are normally predefined or pre-summarized table that speed up the performance, especially used for large data table or large fact table. Fact table means numericals type of a table. All right. For example, sales aggregation by month is better than aggregating sales every day. All right. Now, what is the difference between import and direct mode? I have even explained this question in the previous class. Normally in import mode, normally we're speaking about, let me do the revision. Let me once provide you the revision of this, normally this import mode and direct query mode. We'll speak about import mode. In import mode, normally we make the copy of data, okay, from source. From where? From source. This is normally the cat's data, which enable faster performance, full DAX support, full DAX support. All right. Similarly, when speaking about this direct query, it doesn't make the copy. Doesn't make copy, but connect to the source, connect to source live, okay, but come with the performance issue, limited DAX function. Similarly, um, it is good for real-time reporting. All right, how do you handle a large data in Power BI? We can normally use incremental refresh, which will only refresh the updated data and the new column instead of refreshing all the data from the starting. All right. Similarly, we can apply data reduction in Power BI. We can use optimize model size. We can use aggregate and composed model. All right. Now, what is the use of a parameter in Power BI? Parameter normally allow a dynamic and control over query, filter and file path in the Power BI query. All right. How do you schedule report refresh in Power BI? Now, we're speaking about the schedule report refresh in Power BI. We can normally go to our Power BI service. Okay. After going to the Power BI service, we can normally go to the data set, and after data set we can go to the setting, and we can normally schedule refresh, and they may ask to set the frequency, time zone and credential. Similarly, we need it normally required gateway for on premises data. All right, I hope you all understand the questions and the answer explanations of today's question. In the next class we will discuss about the scenario based questions. All right, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much.